So the question is how do you go from a new agent on a team to doing 70 transactions just 3 years later? So in this video, we're going to talk to Rachel Alley and kind of go over her process and why she has done the things that she's done and how she's gotten to the point to where she is. What's up, everybody? It's Ryan with Ruoff Mortgage, your source for better lending and better marketing. So we're going to change things up a little bit this week. So Rachel and I have been having conversations about her business, and her team, and how she has structured things. And really what it amounts to is she's really, truly impressive in the things that she has done in a short period of time. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a brief interview this week, and so you guys can maybe pick some little nuggets that you guys can use in your business and see what she's done and maybe leverage some of the things that she's done. So the first question, Rachel, and once again, thank you for sitting here with me today and helping the folks who are watching. But so give me a little bit about you, who you are, how long you've been in business, and just a little ditty about your journey.
Okay, well, first and foremost, thank you for having me. A little bit about me, like I said, or like he said, my name's Rachel Alley. I am the team lead for Millennium Group here at Keller Williams Capital Partners. I have been in business since June of 2015, so just over 3 years now, working towards 3.5 years. What was the question?
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
So that being said, so you started off on a team, right?
Yes.
Okay, so how big was the team when you came on?
So I started on a team. I had a really great opportunity to join a very high-producing team here in the office, and so I kind of grabbed that opportunity and ran with it. When I joined the team, there were 4 buyer's agents, a listing specialist, and 3 support people, as well as the team lead. And I was able to kind of sponge it all up and learn as quickly as possible. I think that was a really great platform for me to start. It helped my learning curve, because I know when you're a new agent and you're thinking about, okay, now I got licensed and now I have no idea what to do. Like, where do I start? Oh my God, I have to call someone. Like,
That's right.
You're standing on an island by yourself. So for me, it was really great to hop into an already existing, reputable, well-oiled machine so that I could learn very quickly and just kind of hit the ground running.
So it seems like you've really taken that experience and mirrored that with what you guys are doing now. So kudos to that. So what is, because once again, we don't want you to give away the farm, but what is one thing that you learned from being on the team that you had to carry with you when you started your own team?
Well, I think the biggest thing, I mean, we always talk about lead generation and constantly finding business and having conversations and building relationships. And really, it's just about being able to put yourself out there and outside of your comfort zone to kind of stretch your capabilities in regards to business and your personal life and everything like that. So I think the biggest thing that I took was, here I was in a new industry. I did not come from any real estate background whatsoever. And I'm in a new industry. I know nothing, so it's extremely uncomfortable, and I'm brand new. So I can smile and I can open the door, but when it comes to houses and the process and things like that, I really wasn't well versed. So I think the confidence kind of grew throughout the transactions and being able to lean on other agents or mentors in the business in order to kind of move that forward.
Yeah, so not reinventing the wheel, but learning what others have done and then just mirroring that and tweaking it to make it work for you. So that being said, one of the things that really struck me when we had our first initial interviews was how heavy you guys are in your database. So and we've talked about it before, so working your database versus working cold leads are very different. They require different things. So what was it about your database that really sucked you in and you really don't do much generation for cold leads?
Yeah, so when I first started in the business, I was taking any opportunity I could find, whether it was an open house opportunity. I think I sat in an open house every weekend for the first 3 to 6 months, just to meet people that I didn't already know. And I spent a lot of time kind of chasing and not realizing that everybody that I already had relationships with, I was ignoring. And I wasn't spending time cultivating those existing relationships and warming those up. And then something kind of clicked, and maybe it was through Bold or, I've been in Bold 5 times now, so somewhere along the line.
That's impressive.
Yeah. It's always a good constant reminder of, how to move and how to grow and things like that. But somewhere along the line, I realized I'm working harder instead of smarter. And I took a step back and I looked at where my business was coming from, and I looked at how hard I was working for it. And I realized it was probably a better use of my time to just work the relationships that I already have.
Right.
So
Because those people know, like, and trust you.
Yeah. They know, like, and trust me. I think I had this weird, uncomfortable feeling about calling people that I know. And maybe it's an ego or pride.
The phone gets heavy.
Yeah, the phone gets a little heavy. And you call these people that know you and you're asking essentially for a favor or you're asking for business. And after getting over that hurdle of getting my pride out of the way, I realized they really do want to help me, and they want to support the growth of our business. They have their own sphere, their own connections, they have their own network of people, and when you do ask for an opportunity or even just offer to help or be that resource, that go-to person, then it just comes back tenfold.
So thinking about, we talk about a little bit about tactics on these videos. So once again, don't give away the farm, your secret sauce, but what have you found when reaching out to your database? What do you say to them? Like, how do you get that conversation started?
Okay, so we reach out to our database in many different types of forms. We know that we have to touch all forms of communication. So we have a bi-weekly email blast that goes out to our database, and it's just kind of the net. So it's a constant reminder that we're in front of them, we're here every 2 weeks. Once a quarter, we make a personal touch in whatever form that person likes to be communicated with.
Good.
So, you know, some of that's generational, demographical. But we'll connect with them personally and say, how you doing? How's life? Is there anything I can be a resource for you? You know, do you need help with anything?
That's good.
Are you in the market? Do you know anybody at work? And we always ask for referrals.
Good. Yeah, I mean, asking for referrals, once again, it's something that you have to get kind of callous to, because it's not something that everyone does, because you feel like you're being obtrusive.
Right.
So that being said, how many touches do you, I mean, you kind of alluded to it a little bit, but how many times do you touch your database, each person, you try to touch each person each year?
So let's see, 24 email drips, 4 personal touches. We also send like holiday cards, things like that. So at a minimum, we're probably about 30 to 36 touches.
That's great. So, and I know Keller, that's pretty close to the Keller number, if not spot on. But, I mean, really what she's doing is she's not letting people forget about her and her team. Because realistically, people have grocery shopping, getting the kids to the t-ball game, bills to pay. So they're not always thinking about you, but they need something from you. So a constant reminder.
Well, there's nothing worse than that feeling where you're scrolling through your Facebook feed, and then, you know, one of your friends that you haven't connected with for 6 to 8 months just bought a house, and they're standing in front of it with the sold sign, and you have nothing to do with it. So we always try to stay top of mind, and we're really honest about the database too. I think that's something that people lose sight of, is we're honest about who we're going to talk to. Our database isn't full of people that we're going to be reluctant to call, reluctant to reach out to, that we can't even remember who they are. So
yeah, so once again, that warm relationship, yeah. So what is it, I mean, we've already touched about why the database, but why not using cold leads as well? So why has that not been a huge focus up until recently?
So when it comes to business, we want to be able to build and create a sustainable business. And by doing that and kind of taking a step backwards, I mean, we could chase what's hot. It's a very active market. So, I mean, yeah, you can buy Zillow leads, online leads, you could do open houses. I mean, it's very active, and there's just, because of it being active, you're going to reach a certain level of success. What we're looking for is the sustainable model. So when it comes to creating a business and building a business that can withstand the test of time and different market situations, whether that's up, downs, ebbs and flows, by touching our database and being that resource, and then also being that resource for their networks as well, is what's really going to be sustainable when the market makes its shift.
That's true. I mean, so she's made herself basically bulletproof. And I mean, I'm sure you've seen it. You have friends that have seen it as well, that they're paying thousands of dollars a month for Realtor.com, Zillow leads, or Facebook leads, or whatever. Their system, the back-end system is not set up right, but at the same time, the lead quality can go up and down based upon seasonality as well. So,
and what we've found from like online leads or internet leads, those cold leads, it's very instantaneous. So you have to be able to either have someone solely designated to service those leads as they're coming in, because it's speed to lead. And if something comes in and we're an hour behind, we're almost too late. So we aren't structured to a point where we have someone solely designated. We don't have the ISA that's calling, you know, or catching all of these leads. And most businesses aren't set up that way. So we don't invest in that because the return isn't there for us.
Exactly.
And we're not structured to support that.
Yeah, so I mean, the cold lead generation, once again, is really tough, and we've talked about that before. But so database, the people who know, like, and trust you are much more likely to convert, or if nothing else, help you out because their brother's buying a house. So for what is your favorite tool? And once again, don't give away the system that you're using, but is it a CRM? Is it cold calling? I mean, what is the number one tactic that you use to pull through more of your database?
So we use a CRM. And like I said, it's focused on a lot of the sphere cultivation. I mean, we have plans for different sources of leads and things like that. You have to be able to, kind of cater to what comes to you as well. You don't want to turn away what you're catching.
Well, exactly.
So we have a little bit that caters to everything, but really for our CRM, it's that constant reminder every quarter, and we do it 2 letters a week.
Okay.
So,
Oh,
and
yeah,
it's a very
right.
standard system. You can adopt it. I think we probably adopted it from Keller Williams, where you touch 2 letters a week, and that gets you through the database. 26 letters, 2 letters a week, 13 weeks. So essentially once a quarter, which is exactly what we're shooting for.
Yep.
So we hit our 2 letters a week, and we'll get that task by every week of whatever our letters are and the people that are associated to the last name letter.
It's a good one.
And we'll touch all of them personally, or we'll write a card, we'll send an email, we'll give them a call, whatever their preferred method of communication is.
Right.
And then a week after that, we send them a handwritten card in the mail.
So some automation, but actually some belly to belly, actually reaching out and touching the human instead of just letting a computer do
Right.
it. So that's good.
Yep.
That's good.
Well, and it's an opportunity to really connect. So I think sometimes we forget about the personal side of things. Like if someone just changed jobs or just had a baby or there's something exciting in their life, they just got married, they went on a fun vacation, it's an opportunity for me to personally say, I see you.
Right.
I'm watching
Right.
your life, I'm happy for you. When you're ready
It's
for the
exciting.
next step of it, I'm here.
That's right. So you're gathering that data up front when you're going through the process, and husband's in the background holding up signs like at a football game. But with that, you are gathering that information up front when you're going through the process with them, warehousing that data and just pulling it out when you need to touch that
And
person.
we make notes every time we talk with someone, what's new in your life, and when we have that conversation, we'll make that personal
awesome.
note within our database. So next time we have to talk with them, we'll reference that and be like, hey, I know you were going to Boston or you're going on
Yeah.
this vacation. I just went to Boston. How was that?
Right.
Or I saw your pictures. It was awesome.
Right.
Jealous of whatever you ate.
So this is those personal touches that people are going to remember, because once again, this is not necessarily, it's an analytical game, but it's also an emotional game as well. So
Right.
if you can reach out and touch someone personally, you're going to have their attention, because once again, if you're talking about them, not about yourself, you're going to have their ear.
And then part of that's just being a genuine person.
Right.
Like, how would you like to be treated?
Well, just like,
You want to be treated like a person. You want to feel like you're cared about, someone just genuinely interested in you. And I think that's probably the game changer. It's just be genuinely interested in the people in your life and around you.
I agree. So we've talked a little bit offline about trying to grow your team in certain aspects. So you've done a great job growing so far. And then once again, it's only been 3 years since she was new to the business on a team, and now she's got her own team herself. So she's doing a lot of things right. So that being said, if for the pieces that you're looking for, the people that you're looking for, upcoming, tell us a little bit about the type of person that you want to bring on the team that would be a good fit.
Okay, so we get this question, and we talk about it all the time. What's most important when you're making a new hire, and we've had the opportunity to kind of grow fairly quickly in the business and be able to bring some amazing people onto the team to help support our goal and our mission of what we're doing. And I think what we look for more than anything is just the characteristics of a person. You don't have to have experience in real estate. You don't have to have experience in sales. What we really look for are people that want to work. They want to work hard. They are selfless to an extent. They are excited about the opportunity to help people transition through different phases of their life. They're very customer service oriented, and they're willing to go above and beyond, not just do the bare minimum.
So it's not about the paycheck, it's about the person.
Right. We always talk about this, money's the byproduct of the service we provide.
Exactly.
So it's never, we're never counting our commission check before we've gone to the closing table.
Cool.
It's just a byproduct of what we do.
That's awesome. And you guys are doing it well, obviously. Your numbers show it. So once again, thank you, Rachel. I'm so grateful for the opportunity to sit with you. I'm sorry this is a little bit longer of a video, but through our conversations and trying to help her team with marketing and just them helping me understand what a good agent looks like, really, I figured this interview would be valuable to you. So if you guys are looking to make a transition, once again, Rachel is looking to add other pieces to her team. The database marketing that we've talked about before is just probably your first step. If you're not doing that, you are letting other realtors, other servicers take your people from you. So put a fence around your people, nurture them. It's less expensive. They're going to convert higher. Rachel's proven that. And if you guys have any questions about anything that we've talked about, reach out to Rachel or I, and we'd be happy to kind of talk to you a little bit further. Once again, this is Ryan Miracle with Ruoff Mortgage, your source for better lending and better marketing. Please feel free to reach out to Rachel or I.
Yeah,
Any parting thoughts?
I'd be happy to answer any questions. I know what it's like when you're kind of starting out and you're new and you're trying to build a business, and it's been a very rewarding career. And I mean, I teach classes here, and I'm always happy to share my knowledge. So
Yeah, I sat in on a CE class with her, and by the way, it was phenomenal. She is a great instructor. So if you guys see her teaching anything, you have to check out her classes.
we'd love to have you.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.